So, because of Konami's complete lack of creativity, every single card ever played by someone in Yu-Gi-Oh! DM now has its own archetype. How our generation let nostalgia completely overtake and control modern culture, I don't know. But hey, at least we got some nice legacy support out of it. Anyways, onto the cards, starting with the original trio, Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, the Magna Warriors. They are level 4 vanillas, and back in the day when stuffing half of your deck with normal monsters was an acceptable practice, you'd run 3 Beta, 1 Alpha, and 1 Gamma. The reason for doing so is this big guy, Valkyrian the Magna Warrior. Level 8, Earth, Rock, 3500 attack and 3850 defense, can't be normal summoned or set, and must be special summoned from your hand by tributing 1 Alpha, Beta, and Gamma from your hand or field. You can tribute this card and summon one of each of the vanillas from the graveyard. Whew, that's a lot of text to say big number goes wrong. This was the deck's end goal in its first few variants, and it was a decent card at the time simply because nothing else could beat its really high stats by battle, and spot removal was a luxury not many decks were allowed. Helping out the summon of Valkyrian was the small piece of, at the time, modern support, Delta the Magnet Warrior, level 4, Earth Rock, 1600 attack and 1400 defense, and once per turn if this card is normal or special summon, you can send one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior from your deck to your graveyard. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 3 Magnet Warrior monsters and special summon Valkyrian from your hand or deck. Delta here is the crucial piece of support that is played at 3 even in modern variants of the deck, due to its great graveyard setup. Back in the day though, this little thing was the main engine to cheat out Valkyrian as fast as possible, and the reason why you could avoid having to play more than one copy of Alpha and Gamma. Nowadays this may not look so impressive, but back in the day, when furries and Amazon women plagued the meta, this was like strapping a rocket to a sled. To round out the first wave of magnets, we have Beta, the Electromagnet Warrior. Level 3, Earth Rock, 1500 attack and defense. When this card is normal or special summon, add a level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster from your deck to your hand. During your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card, special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior monster from your deck. Beta here is part of a series of retrains called the Electromagnet Warriors, which are basically just the originals but made in 2016. That being said, Beta was made available earlier than his brothers as a one-off copy in Little Yugi's level up rewards, and it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that he was easily the best card in the deck. Besides being a simple consistency booster that just says if summon, add 1 from deck, Beta's tribute effect basically set up the Delta Valkyrian play on his own. You see, what players will do is normal summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior, activate Beatdown to summon Beta from deck, and in your opponent's turn, tribute Beta to summon a menacing Delta, with 3 fuel on grave to summon Valkyrian. If Delta was the rocket, Beta was the turbo button. Since then, Konami has made more copies of Beta available, and you still definitely play 3 of them because, again, simple consistency boosting, but he's far from the powerhouse he once was. And for a while, that was it. Magnets were a simple but very free to play and effective deck. The passage of time wasn't very kind to these little guys though, and with monster removal becoming increasingly more common every box, Magna Warriors were eventually power crept entirely out of competitive play. Then, in 2019, Konami released Guardians of Rock, a set focused on rock monsters that brought the remaining Electromagna Warrior monsters and a new boss monster for the deck. Starting with Gama, the Electromagna Warrior, level 3, Earth Rock, 800 attack and 2000 defense, and once per turn, if this card is normal or special summon, you can special summon a Magnet Warrior monster from your hand. During your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card to special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior monster from your deck. On release, Gama was on the weaker side of magnets, since you didn't have much to do with a level 3 800 attack body on the field, but ever since the addition of XC summoning, and of one snake in particular, he has become much more useful. On to the last level 3 retrain, we have Alpha, the Electromagnet Warrior, 1700 attack and 1100 defense, and once per turn, when this card is normal or special summon, you can add one level 8 Magna Warrior from your deck to your hand, and he also has the tribute effect. Not much to see here. Alpha is a consistency booster that adds your level 8 boss monsters. Speaking of which, we have Berserkian, the Magna Warrior, level 8, Earth Rock, 3000 attack and 2800 defense, and cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be special summoned by banishing one Alpha, Beta, and Gamma, the Electromagnet Warriors, from your hand, graveyard, or field. You can banish one level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monster from your graveyard, target one card your opponent controls, and destroy it. If this card in its owner's possession is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can summon one of each Electromagnet Warrior from your banished zone. Okay, so for Duel Link standards, Berserkian makes in theory for a pretty decent boss monster, having possibly multiple destructions per turn and a protection effect. However, in practice you will notice that most times he won't have more than one pop, and his protection effect rarely goes off if your opponent has basic reading comprehension, which is more common than you think when playing this game. Last but not least, let's have a look at their spell and trap support, starting with Magnet Conversion. Target up to 3 level 4 or lower Magnet Warrior monsters from your graveyard and add them to your hand. During either player's turn, except the turn it was sent there, you can banish this card from the graveyard to special summon one banished Magnet Warrior. So this is absolutely fucking pointless. Berserkian already summons itself with cards from the graveyard, you don't need them to be in your hand. This conversion is worse than Zimbabwe dollars to euros. After that, we have their field spell, Magnetic Field. Once per turn, if you control a level 4 or lower Earth Rock, you can special summon a Magnet Warrior from the graveyard. Also once per turn, when an Earth Rock monster battles a monster and doesn't destroy it, bounce it to the hand. This field spell actually came in Spirits of the Beast, the mini box right after Guardians of Rock, almost as if Konami was like, oops, forgot to add that one. It's okay, it enables some wonky XYZ plays with Delta, but it's really not something to write home about, especially compared to some other modern field spells. And that's about it! Magnets are a short and sweet archetype that has been the face of road decks for years now. If Konami wants to promote the deck further, both of the remaining Magnet cards will do the trick. Imperial Magnum is a hell of a nominee-negate boss monster, and Magnet Induction is just free advantage for XYZ and Berserkian plays. Personally, I'd rather see the second rather than the first, since it's more on theme with what Magnets already do, instead of completely revamping it to Imperial Magnum Turbo, but that's just me. Here's a list that I used to get D-level max in the last KC Cup, and let me just say, if you run more than 20 cards in Magnets, you absolutely deserve every time you went first and couldn't make Organic Guardian. Well, that was the video. If you enjoyed, leave a like or something, that'd be nice I guess. Bye!